Alright, so welcome to my channel. My channel's Tam's Tarot and Oracle. You can find me on Twitter at Tam73. Today we are gonna just kind of do a little illustration. Right now I want to get a reading from Oracle cards. Oracle cards for me is to see, I start with my Starseed deck, which is these guys here. All right, it is backwards. I realize that. I'm not sure if I can change the view on that for being backwards, but it's by Rebecca Campbell. I use her decks for Oracle. This particular one does come with a nice thick illustration book. Some nice reading material on there to help give me an insight and understanding of some of the cards. Usually when I do a weekly reading of just a morning hello to my followers and friends and family, I use these to see what kind of questions someone in my family or in my circle who are looking for some advice. Now, I usually do this on Sundays. And I ask my guides to help me see what the message will be. And that is what I am doing right now by shuffling and thinking that. So what is the message? What does the Starseed Oracle have to share with me today? That's the question we want to know. So what is the Starseed Oracle message for today? This here fell out. That tells me I need to stop. You're not alone. All right? So that's what it's telling me. You're not alone. All right, so you're not alone. It's the isolation, physical connection, community. All right? So here, for me to get a more understanding of what they're asking or telling me, I looked that up in my book. All right, so you're not alone. Let's check that out. Just bear with me here on that. Sometimes I'm not 100% of what section I'm going to find this card in. You're not alone. Where are you? Show me where you are. You're not alone. So usually what I do before I turn my cameras on, this is the steps that I do. So you're not alone. So I just normally just read it out for myself. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Okay, so many star seeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitally, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root okay, here's a word that I still can't pronounce right. Chakra, C-H-A-K-R-A. I know what it means, but I just can't say the word right. Or find it hard being human, all right? So this really resonates with me, obviously, just from that paragraph. And I bet you this resonates with you too. So many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. And I do that. There's only so much physical communication or physical being around people outside shopping or at work or what. There's only so much I can absorb at one time, where then I need to step back and I need to be in my happy place, which is home, where I'm here to the isolation state. I need that as well. That helps keep me balanced. This is what they're talking about here. Okay, so many seeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. Otherwise, basically what we do is, if we don't, we overload our brains. We overload the information, the learning process. And for instance, just this weekend, I had sent off an email to my boss stating that, like me right now, I'm feeling that day's coming up for me, and I requested that I might need the 21st off, or possibly maybe work from home instead of working in the actual office, because I'm overloaded in that area. So I need to have my own space back to fill up the energy charger, the batteries, those rechargeable batteries. You got to put them back on that machine to recharge them, right? That's where the working from home comes in play for me. That's that recharge that I need to continue on doing my work. All right, so we're going to continue reading on more about this card, okay? In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. That is very true. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media, with so many people knowing our news or knowing our information out there that when we post online through Facebook and what have you, what it is doing to our own archic field, our own energy, our own mind energy, our own incense, our own intelligence, our own neurons in our brain. Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, okay? To replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself, all right? So you don't want to get stuck in that rut, is what I get out of that. Meaning, yes, we do need our alone time. We need our own space now and again, right? But the trick is to not fall into that depression or that routine every day. You still need that physical connection, that customer service connection that we all strive for, that the outings. We still need that in our lives. We're only human. To replenish, physically reach those in our life. To replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. Okay, so this could be seeing friends and family who live nearby, or having a regular catch-up walk with someone, or it could be even just a phone call after end of the week with your boss or your friend, just to see how your week went, and how your work week went. And then, you get that nice, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your family life now kind of a deal, that kind of communication. And then you do that with your family. And then, before you go to work, your husband says, well, have a good day, dear, at work, right? There's that connection that helps keep you balanced between both worlds, your home, your life, or your outer world, or your inner self, or your conscious, subconscious. All right, there's always two sides to a coin. Never forget that with me. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearing or having regular catch-up walks and whatnot. Okay, physical isn't just. Okay, star seed inquiry. How can you reach out to people in your life physically? So this is what the card is asking you. How can you physically reach out to someone for that physical connection community? All right. There's a little zap, touching the hands, and the hands are very powerful. Emotions, the expressions is very powerful. All right. Okay. So that's what they're asking for. This is the the main idea. So this here is sort of like my ground zero. If you're looking at a scale uh, aspect of it, this is my starting base. This is my draft. This is my idea of, oh, this could be fun. You know, this new creative idea. If you're working and you're in marketing, you have a great idea for a promotion, and it's like a light going on. That is your seed. That is your ground zero base. All right. It's not your foundation. It's just an idea to start with, all right? Then I go into my other Rebecca Campbell, work your light cards, all right? Now these, normally I do use these after I do this, okay? So I have my draft idea. Now I need my step 1 and step 2 and step 3. How is my foundation going to build? So now I need to ask my guides. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. How do I reach them? Show me the way, my guides, of how to make that connection. And I keep on shuffling, asking that, usually out loud because I am home alone. If I'm not home alone doing this, then I talk to myself in my mind. All right. So first of all, I have Acacia. It says your guidance is divinely guided. All right. So to me, this tells me, which I already know, is I have your guidance is divinely guided. I know I have higher beings or higher energy showing me the way, my guides. That's what I get out of this. So let's just read in the book and see what it says. Akasha, Akasha, Akasha. As you probably haven't noticed myself, I am kind of like a dyslexic. I have difficulties reading certain words and slowly trying to pronounce them out properly. For the longest time in my life, I thought that was a flaw in me, if you will, a defect, however you want to call it, but it's not. I had recently come across that realization thanks to my family circle, and I just want to hash out and say thank you very much. Peace. Still working on the fingers, but thank you so much for that. Okay, where are you, Acacia? Let's take a look here. I wish they had a little bit better index for me, but I just keep looking for the big bold title word. Where are you? A lot of people with reading disabilities kind of use the same cues as I do, which is usually the visual, like the apps on your phone. I concentrate more on what the app looks like than the actual word to know where I'm going. Aka, where are you? I would think it would be perfectly in alphabetical order, but it's not really. Just bear with me. This is sort of like my diary. This is my kind of fresh start before we actually get into the tarot card readings. All right, let's take a look at the, does it actually give me, where are you, darling? Where are you sitting? Why aren't you popping out for me? They like to play with me sometimes, kid around, sort of like my dad. He always kids around and pokes and teases. And he gets me every time when he does it. Little bugger. Have you had someone like that in your life as a kid? His favorite thing for me was I'll be sitting at the kitchen table or sitting in the living room chair, wherever, and he'll come up behind me and lick his finger and stick it in my ear. He knows I hate it, right? And he loves doing it to me every time. think he was trying to clean out my ears or something. I don't know. It's like, listen to what's around you. Unplug those things. Yeah. Well, I have unplugged them now, Dad. Maybe perhaps the wax should have stayed inside because a lot more information has come through to me over the past year. Probably because I wasn't as afraid of my gifts as at first when I was in my youth and when I was a child. A lot of my gifts caused some headaches and problems because they didn't know how to help me control my energy that I gave off. Yes, I give off energy, surprisingly. Usually when I am overcharged, it's funny. Am I even in the stars? See, look at that. No wonders. I was in the wrong book. See, my dad's playing jokes on me, I swear. Energy's around me. I've noticed, and it's always been true since I was a kid, since I had encountered, I guess, what you could call ghosts or demons experiences in my young childhood life and teenage years. Yeah, I said it. But I am pretty much an open book to a limit until I know what level you are at. Once I'm comfortable that I know what level you're at, the more stories I can share with you and knowledge I can share with you. But the trick is if you're looking for the flat out answer of what is life, you won't get that answer from me because that one, if you're smart and you already know it, only one person can answer that question for you. But I can definitely help you get your answers. I can help direct the locations or areas you need to look in order to find them on your own. There she is. Akisha, your guidance is divinely guided. All right, so let's read this book, okay? Akisha, I'm going to say Akisha, exists in the fifth dimension and the library of souls, okay? All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it at any time. I definitely do that. Why do I say that? Because one of my talents is what you could say deja vu moments. They're not actually deja vu moments, not for me. I can't say that for yourself. Obviously, I don't know who you are, who I'm talking to at this moment, but for me, yes, okay, exists in the fifth dimension of the library of souls. All souls, contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information for our past, present, future, and can tap into it at any time. So I do have a video diary that I had done. I've had many of these moments of deja vu, but I know, but I also have what we call vivid dreams. My dreams, I know, are real, or like a video, watching a movie, and you're replaying it, and you can see the little mistakes you made out of it, and the big oopses that you made, or the big fuck ups. You know, yeah, I said the F word, or the big S word is my two favorite. Saying the word sh. It is, oops, I messed up, but not a big mess that it was disastrous or the wrong path to make. When I say the F One is more of, shoot, I should have turned left instead of right on my fork of a road for that particular situation. I should have went this way instead of that way. My deja vu moments are like that, very much so. Too canny to be real. And I lose track of time that way. That's because of that. That's why I lose track of time. That's why I know my son is very talented and gifted in his way. And I'm starting to feel that Virginia, yes, I said her name, her first name is Virginia, is talented as well. But I also have the female, the bloodline makes a difference. It is the roots that you come from that defines your talents that you have and the purpose of using those talents for good/evil or selfishness or non-selfish, type. For me, my line is from my father's side of the family. It is with the roots, down to the roots, core, down to the earth type, pure heart. Pure heart. Okay, so I'm just going to continue reading on here. While we have free will, there are also points of the timeline of our lives that are predestined. All right, so those ones are pre-planned already for us, or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before encountering in it could be let me read that sentence again. I have to do this in order to concentrate. Well, we have free will. There are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you choose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. Okay? So that's what I mean. That's why I always tell everybody in my life, I'm a half full type glass person. I think more positive side than the negative side. I need someone to help ground me when I can't see that half full positive side of that scenario. For me, that's my husband in my life or my boss that I currently have to this day, SC, who keeps me to see that part of it when I am so too isolated or too much in my subconscious mind compared to staying out of and staying in my conscious state. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. Hello! But we already knew that, didn't we? We knew this day was coming. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey. Of course, I know that. And you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. And I do feel that now. I know that now. I am truly open to myself now that I know this. It is time to call in the support of your helpers. Hence why I'm doing this right now. And I decided to show you the full process of how I start my Sunday sessions. Because it's time for you to step in as well with me. All right, so it is time to call in to the supporter of your helpers, both in the physical realm and in the spiritual world. To trust the signs coming. And I do. My eyes are very open. My senses are very keen. And I mean like sense of smell, taste, touch, hearing, especially hearing. I tell you, when I was down in Arizona, we stayed at a B&B or whatever, where you get to, rent someone else's house for the entire week and you have the full access to the home and whatnot. We had a place down in Arizona the other year and we went down there. Gorgeous place. It was perfect to a T for us. It was almost like, this is our retirement area. This is the type of home we're looking for, the type of setup with the pool and so forth, right? But my husband and I agreed, the power lines up above that area, he wasn't too worried about it too much, but he was a little bit worried about the long-term effects. And that's because his skill level of talent is a little bit lower than where I am at for this sensitiveness of our senses. For me, it was very distracting in a way. I really tried to shut it out as much as I could, and I think I did a pretty good job doing so. But my hearing senses were so keen in, I could actually hear and listen to all the energy going through those lines. And I'll tell you, and that can really be, for someone whose brain and their neurons are so active anyways, it is, so I did it very well, but because I stayed in the water as much as I possibly can. Water is important for cleansing. I have to tell you that. Some people prefer to swim in the ocean and stay in the ocean. Some people feel like they just need a dip in the pool or have a shower, but that cleansing sensation with water is very important. But for me, I'm not an ocean person. I don't need that much. I just need a pool type size. So for when I was in, and that helped me balance myself. I'll just say that much for that. We're just going to continue reading on here. It is time to call in the subject, support of helpers, both of the physical realm and the spiritual world. To trust the signs are coming. Take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha. I want to say Akasha. And this card, the name of the card, the Akasha. Okay, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. Thank you. So work your light transmission, it says here. So hold the card to your heart, and we're going to say this. That's what I'm going to do. I normally don't have to. And as I hold it to my heart, I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Normally I don't have to do that, but I just wanted to show you what you could do, because I do this with my heart, full heart, open heart, and attention. It's never in good, never evil, never for bad intentions. I will never read a card with that plan in mind, because that is the wrong path to go down, and you don't want to go down that path. Let me just tell you that. You don't want to do that, all right? I had friends who have done that, and they have never recovered fully to this day. One of my friends had difficult times, and I think she still has difficult times to this day. She's in the healthcare industry. So I'm going to leave that there. So good. Okay. So here is my ground zero. Here's my step one, and I have my support. I have that all done and completed according to this card. I'm good to go forward into stage two. I just got to double check. I back these cards. So the stack here. So, my guides, what is our step two, please? Can you please show us our step 2? What is the message? And how do I accomplish that message? I need to see the steps, please. Provide me the guidance that I require through my heart, soul, and mind. All right, so we have the Get Grounded card. I really hope the video turns out that you can actually read it the right way. I might have to figure out how those settings work. So get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. I already know this. I know how to get myself back grounded. Remember when I talked about grounded, keeping that balance, when I mentioned my husband helps keep me grounded, or my boss at work keeps me grounded? This is the kind of things we're looking for. The person that will help calm your aggression, your irritability, that where people, when you feel like someone's talking over you, at the same time, not giving you enough, that ground. You gotta give that ground connection. But I'll read a little bit about this card for you as well. So get grounded. So we're gonna read that out as well. It says here, you are being called to get grounded, to ensure that you are luminous, field is clear, and your inner well is full. Inner well is full. So replenishing that water glass, right? Those emotions. All right, that's what we're talking about. We got to get those things refilled up again. All right. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. So that is when I connect to someone and I can feel their energy as well. They can like tap into me, and it can mess up with my head. All right. Something like that would be, my battery is running low. I better plug that in. For me, that is, just excuse me, but for me, for example, for that, I have someone who at work who is in our training department. And I feel like her techniques that she uses penetrates past my grounded. All right. You know how you do electrician, right? You've got your certain wires, right? There's that, what is it? The black one is what keeps you grounded. She knows how to pull that out and sneak in and get that information out of you, and it hurts your brain. It does. It really does. Type of thing. And you have to be extremely careful with around people like that. I have someone else in my life in the work department. I'm not going to say what department it is, but what a wonderful woman she is. She is a lot more powerful than I am, to be honest. But I don't know if she realizes that she is. And that's the scary part, because she doesn't know how to control it. So when she gets too close to me, it overloads me. And I have to try and keep that space, that distance, so that my grounded wire stays intact. And it can be very difficult on certain days. It really is. Which I already know that was her job for me. She helped me unlock some stuff to the point where I don't think I need her assistance anymore. I think she's done her job well to guide me that way. But with my boss, I think I can continue on keeping my grounding through him. I don't think I need her assistance, because I have another woman who is younger than I am in my life at work. I'm not going to say if she works in the office or in the industry, like in the building, or if she's in a different store location or from head office, but there is someone in my life that's a female that I have that helps me keep me. So I don't think I need that powerful person as much as I initially needed at the beginning. So I think she did her part very well, and I'm blessed for that. And I can call her my big sister in a way. She helped me get through that.